Hello everyone, welcome to Pharma Elite Drug of the Day series. So our drug for today is warfarin. So in case of warfarin, we can expect question on their mechanism of action, adverse drug reaction, as well as SAR and their structure, and there is a specific antidote for this adverse drug reaction. So this is again important for warfarin. So let's talk in detail about warfarin. So warfarin mainly belongs to the class of anticoagulant drugs. So before going with classification, let us understand the process of coagulation. So this is the coagulation cascade which involves three pathways. The first pathway is intrinsic pathway, the second pathway is extrinsic pathway, and the third pathway is the common pathway. This common pathway will be the continuation of this intrinsic and extrinsic pathway. So there are total 12 clotting factors which are mainly involved. So these 12 clotting factors are written in their Roman numbers, right? So these out of these 12 factors, 4 factors are involved in this intrinsic pathway. One factor is for extrinsic, and this is the common pathway. So factor 12, 11, 9, and 8. These are involved in intrinsic pathway. So this intrinsic pathway is also called as contact pathway. Sorry for this handwriting. Contact pathway. Okay. So contact pathway. Why this is called as contact pathway? Because the intrinsic pathway begins when this factor 12 comes in contact with negatively charged surface. So this 12 factor 12 will be converted into factor 12A. So that is the active form. The active form of this will be written as A. This active form of this active form of factor 12A will convert this form factor 11 into factor 11A, and this factor 11A will convert factor 9 into factor 9A, and then this factor 9A will convert this factor 10 into factor 10A. And for this conversion of factor 10 into factor 10A, it will require calcium along with this factor 8A. Okay. So this is complete intrinsic pathway. So next is extrinsic pathway. So in case of extrinsic pathway mainly begins when there is a release of tissue factor from any inflamed tissue or any damaged blood vessel. So they will release a tissue factor, and this tissue factor will convert this factor 7 into factor 7A. And then this factor 7A will convert factor 10 into factor 10A, and this factor 10A will then convert prothrombin into thrombin. So the main target of anticoagulant drug is this thrombin. Okay. Or some of the drugs target this 10A also. So mostly common pathway are the main target for anticoagulant drugs. So this 10A will convert this prothrombin into thrombin, and this thrombin will convert this fibrinogen, which is factor 1, into fibrin, which will form clot. So this fibrin is insoluble and this will form clot. And this prothrombin is nothing but factor 2. Okay. So next is the classification of anticoagulant drugs. So see, the anticoagulant drugs are classified into two categories depending on their route of administration, that is parenteral as well as oral. So two important drugs, first is heparin and second is warfarin. So remember, heparin is the parenteral anticoagulant while warfarin is the oral anticoagulant. So this is very important. Second, this entire classification is very important. So first we have indirect thrombin inhibitor, right? Prothrombin से thrombin में convert हो रहा था, then fibrinogen से fibrin में convert हो रहा था, right? So indirect thrombin inhibitors, जिसमें we have heparin and low molecular weight heparin, which ends with name parin. Okay. Then we have two more drugs, this fondaparinux and danaperoid. Okay. So this danaperoid and this fondaparinux जो है ये mainly indirect thrombin inhibitors है. Then we have direct thrombin inhibitors. So इसमें भी we have examples, lipirudin and all. So this entire classification is very important. Then we have warfarin. So warfarin mainly belongs to the class of coumarin derivative, which is a oral anticoagulant. Then this drug is again important, rivaroxaban. because they will inhibit 10A. मैंने पहले बोला था 10A भी टारगेट पे रहता है. Some of the drugs inhibits 10A, so this is the example of the drug which inhibits 10A, which is direct 10A inhibitor. Then we have oral direct thrombin inhibitors. These are the parenteral indirect thrombin inhibitor, and these are the parenteral direct thrombin inhibitors. Then we have oral direct thrombin inhibitors, in which we have dabigatran xylate. Okay. So next is the mechanism of action of warfarin. So this warfarin mainly interferes with the synthesis of vitamin K dependent clotting factors in the liver. So there are total 4 clotting factors which depends on vitamin K for their synthesis. तो वो clotting factors हम देखते हैं चारों, बहुत important है वो. Next, this synthesis of vitamin K dependent clotting factor will be inhibited by inhibiting the enzyme vitamin K epoxide reductase. This enzyme here, vitamin K epoxide reductase. क्यों? क्योंकि ये विटामिन K जो है वो ऑक्सीडाइज्ड फॉर्म में है, which is 2,3 epoxide reductase है, right? So remember this 2,3 होगा. 2,3 epoxide form जो है, this will get reduced to hydroquinone form. First ये quinone form में जाएगा and then will convert into hydroquinone form, because epoxide form में यहाँ पे एक बेंजीन रिंग होगा, यहाँ पे एक और ग्रुप होगा, एंड यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड O होगा, एंड फाइनली ये डबल बॉन्ड O जो है वो अल्कोहल में चला जाएगा, अल्कोहल में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा हियर हाइड्रोक्विनोन में. तो ये OH हो जाते हैं, तो ये डबल बॉन्ड से सिंगल बॉन्ड OH हो जाएगा. ओके, तो ये इपॉक्साइड, और इपॉक्साइड क्यों बोला? बिकॉज यहाँ पे ऐसा हो. ओके, सो ये 2,3 epoxide will get converted into hydroquinone form, and this hydroquinone form is the reduced form of vitamin K, and this reduced form of vitamin K act as a cofactor for the enzyme gamma glutamyl carboxylase, and this gamma glutamyl carboxylase carries out the final step of gamma carboxylating glutamate residues of these 4 clotting factor, that is prothrombin, that is factor 2, factor 7, factor 9, and factor 10. So 2, 7, 9, and 10. ये 4 clotting factors हैं which depends on vitamin K for their synthesis. Okay, so ये finally ये step इसका carboxylation नहीं होने देगा of the residues, तो इसकी वजह से ये जो है वो synthesize नहीं होंगे. So this carboxylation is essential for binding of calcium and to get bound these with phospholipase surface, which is necessary for coagulation sequence to proceed. तो अल्टीमेटली सब चेन में है, पूरा मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन एक चेन है, पूरा ऑक्सीडाइज्ड फॉर्म को रेड्यूस्ड फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होना पड़ेगा. देन दिस रेड्यूस्ड फॉर्म एक्ट एज अ कोफैक्टर फॉर दिस एंजाइम व्हिच डज कार्बोक्सिलेशन, एंड कार्बोक्सिलेशन इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर बाइंडिंग ऑफ कैल्शियम. सो मेनली ये 4 अल्टीमेटली synthesis of this 4 coagulating factors will be affected. Okay, so next is before going further, if you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon for notification of new videos, and if we also run free WhatsApp group where we post MCQs for GPAT and IPAT preparation. So if you want to get added in this group, then feel free to reach us on this number with your name, college name, and city your college belongs to. So next is ADR, that is adverse drug reaction of warfarin. So the main adverse drug reaction of warfarin is bleeding, and for this एक specific antidote है, that is vitamin K1. So remember vitamin K1 is a specific antidote for the treatment of the bleeding due to anticoagulants. Okay. So next is contraindications. So they are mainly contraindicated in bleeding disorders because वो खुद bleeding cause कर रहे हैं. Severe hypertension, chronic alcoholism, as well as they are contraindicated with antiplatelet drugs and NSAIDs like aspirin, and they are contraindicated in pregnancy as well because they will cause fetal warfarin syndrome, which is characterized by hypoplasia of nose, eye socket, and hand and bones, and ultimately they will cause growth retardation. So they are important. They are contraindicated with they are contraindicated in pregnancy. Okay. So see, warfarin जो है उसका मेटाबॉलिज्म 2 फॉर्म से होता है. फर्स्ट इज ऑक्सीडेशन एंड अदर इज रिडक्शन. So oxidation में they will give 7 hydroxy warfarin and 6 hydroxy warfarin due to CYP enzyme. Oxidation जो होगा वो CYP enzyme की वजह से होगा. और अभी ये 7 hydroxy warfarin is a major product, but remember though this is a major product, they are inactive. They don't have any activity and they are the major product, while the reduced form, that is this ketone group, will get reduced to alcohol group. So this reduced form is active. They have some activity, that they have pharmacologically active, and they will have activity. So this form, that is 2-hydroxywarfarin, is pharmacologically active, and this is the major product which is inactive. And these are the oxidation products, and this is the reduction product. So remember this as well. सो वारफरिन जो है उसके पास एक पैरल सेंटर है, तो उसकी वजह से वो रेसमिक मिक्सचर में होता है. तो मार्केट में जो वारफरिन है दे आर इन रेसमिक मिक्सचर, बट वो रेसमिक मिक्सचर्स आर द two enantiomers of this racemic mixtures are not equipotent. The S isomer has more potency compared to R isomer for their anticoagulant activity. So remember this S isomer is more potent compared to R isomer. एस आइसोमर की पोटेंसी ज्यादा होगी, उसकी एक्टिविटी ज्यादा है, एंटीकोएगुलेंट एक्टिविटी ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू आर आइसोमर. नेक्स्ट इज एसएआर ऑफ वारफरिन. So this is the structure of warfarin and this is the coumarin nucleus. So remember this nucleus and remember this numbering also, 1 2 3 4. So for this 3 and 4th position are very important. So first is the IUPAC. So IUPAC के अकॉर्डिंग 4th पे हाइड्रोक्सी ग्रुप है. सो यस, 3rd पे इतना बड़ा पूरा ये सब्स्टिट्यूशन है, एंड ये सब्स्टिट्यूशन जो है यहाँ पे हमारा कायरल कार्बन है. ओके, सो 3rd पे वी हैव 3 ऑक्सो, दैट इज दिस, एंड ये 4 कार्बन का ब्यूटाइल चेन, एंड फर्स्ट पे फिनाइल सब्स्टिट्यूशन, एंड क्रोमीन 2 1, दिस इज कीटोन ग्रुप. ओके, सो क्रोमीन 2 1. So all the coumarin derivatives are water insoluble lactones. So सारे जो है वो water insoluble lactones होते हैं. Next SAR के लिए mainly 2 positions are important, that is position 3 and position 4 this lactone ring. So जो position 3 है, तो position 3 पे अभी obviously यहाँ पे कार्बन चेन है, तो वो उसकी लिपोफिलिसिटी को अफेक्ट करेगा. So this position 3 substitution will affect pharmacokinetic and toxicological properties of warfarin and its derivative. And position 4 पे जो है, see, coumarins are generally neutral compounds, but this position 4, due to this position 4 hydroxy group, they are weakly acidic. So this is again important. Position 4 पे जो hydroxy group है, because of this they are weakly acidic. और ये past में GPAT 2020 का ये question है. So this is again important. They are weakly acidic because of this 4 पे hydroxy का substitution. Okay. Next is synthesis of warfarin. So synthesis में सिर्फ starting material याद रखना है. तो अभी ये coumarin derivative है, तो 4 hydroxy coumarin will be required, and lactone है इसके पास, तो benzalactone चाहिए. So these two are the starting material for the synthesis of warfarin. पूरा डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, GPAT में सिर्फ starting materials के options रहेंगे. Okay. So next is the factors that will enhance the effect of warfarin. So first is deability, as well as malnutrition, malabsorption, as well as there is a if there is a prolonged use of antibiotic therapy, because these antibiotic will inhibit gut flora and they will reduce vitamin K production. Okay, so vitamin K का production अगर कम हो जाएगा, तो उसकी वजह से obviously ये vitamin K को ही convert नहीं होने दे रहा है, तो ये एनहांस करेगा, ये सब एनहांस करेंगे वारफरिन के इफेक्ट को. ओके, देन वी हैव लिवर डिजीज, बिकॉज क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स जो है वो लिवर में सिंथेसाइज होते हैं. सो लिवर डिजीज या फिर क्रॉनिक अल्कोहलिज्म अगर रहेगा, तो उसकी वजह से क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर की डेफिशिएंसीज हो जाएगी एंड वारफरिन का इफेक्ट इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. एंड देन हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म. तो इन केस ऑफ हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म द क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स विल डिग्रेड फास्टर. So इसके वजह से again there will be deficiency of clotting factors and this will enhance the effect of warfarin. Then we have newborns. So in case of newborns, vitamin K level is very low and इसके वजह से clotting factors जो है वो वापस कम पड़ जाते हैं. So newborns में भी same problem है. Then we have factors that will decrease the effect of warfarin. Okay, so first is pregnancy. So in case of pregnancy, the level of clotting factors are higher So hence the effect of warfarin will decrease. Now see, warfarin जो है they are highly protein bound. So if the patient is having any nephrotic syndrome, so this highly protein bound drugs जो है they will lost in urine. So warfarin जो है वो urine में ही चला जाएगा, इसके वजह से the effect will be reduced. एंड अगर जेनेटिक डेफिशिएंसी हुआ या फिर वारफारिन वारफारिन सेम सॉरी सो अगर जेनेटिक प्रॉब्लम हुआ तो सेम वारफारिन मींस इफ देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ वारफारिन इपॉक्साइड रिडक्टेज तो सेम मतलब डिक्रीज हो जाएगा उसकी एक्टिविटी. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज द drug drug interaction. So all these drugs are very important for the entrance exam. So first is the list of the drugs which will enhance the anticoagulant activity. So first is broad spectrum antibiotics. So already बताया broad spectrum antibiotics जो है वो inhibit करेंगे gut flora को and vitamin K production को decrease करेंगे. Then we have cephalosporin. So cephalosporins and aspirin दोनों जो है वो synergistic action दिखाएंगे because they have antiplatelet activity. Aspirin has antiplatelet activity while cephalosporins जो है they will cause hypoprothrombinemia. So इसके वजह से and even aspirin will cause hypoprothrombinemia. So prothrombin जो है वही कम हो जाएगा एंड इसके वजह से वो जो है एंटीकोएगुलेंट एक्टिविटी इंक्रीज हो जाएगा बिकॉज प्रोथ्रोम्बिन जो है वो थ्रोम्बिन में कन्वर्ट हो रहा था राइट. अगर वो कम हो गया तो ऑलरेडी कोएगुलेशन प्रोसेस जो है वो पूरा कैस्केड जो है वो स्लो हो गया. ओके, सो दीज ड्रग्स विल decrease this will cause hypoprothrombinemia. Aspirin will show synergistic action due to antiplatelet activity. Then these drugs, these 4 drugs, sulfonamide, indomethacin, phenytoin and probenecid, these drugs will displace warfarin from their protein binding site. And these drugs that is the chloramphenicol, erythromycin, colecoxib, cimetidine, allopurinol, amiodarone, and this metronidazole as well as this tolbutamide. These drugs will inhibit warfarin metabolism. ये वारफरिन का मेटाबॉलिज्म नहीं होने देंगे, इसकी वजह से वो ज्यादा टाइम तक बॉडी में रहेगा and this will increase the effect of warfarin. And this liquid paraffin, this liquid paraffin will reduce vitamin K का absorption which is a antidote for warfarin, right? So vitamin K का absorption वो कम कर देगा, so warfarin की activity will increase. Okay, then we have the drugs which will reduce anticoagulant effect. So here we have barbiturates. Remember benzodiazepines नहीं है, only barbiturates will decrease warfarin की activity. Then we have rifampin, carbamazepine, griseofulvin and oral contraceptives. Oral contraceptives will increase level of clotting factors in the body, hence they will reduce the effect of warfarin. So next is a question from the GPAT 2017. So the question says a patient receiving warfarin develops rheumatoid arthritis. Which of the following drug would be contraindicated? So वो contraindications का जो list था this. So see इसमें हमारे पास ये जो भी list है इसमें से कोई एक option में होना चाहिए, right? First is ibuprofen. So this is NSAID and NSAIDs have antiplatelet activity. So this can be answer, but first चारों options देखना पड़ेगा. Tolmetin, aspirin, then we have orothioglucose. So aspirin भी एंटीकोएगुलेंट है और ये हमारे लिस्ट में भी है, राइट? सॉरी, एस्पिरिन इज आल्सो एनसेड और ये हमारे लिस्ट में भी था. सो ये दोनों है, तो जब दो ऑप्शंस में कंफ्यूजन हो तो मोर एक्यूरेट के साथ जाना चाहिए, और मोर एक्यूरेट इज एस्पिरिन. द इंटरेक्शन ऑफ ibuprofen with warfarin is less compared to interaction of aspirin with warfarin. Okay, so here answer will be aspirin. Next question is from GPAT 2020, which is from SAR. The weakly acidic nature of warfarin is attributed due to presence of. तो ये पॉइंट हमने ऑलरेडी SAR में कवर किया है. So answer will be the proton of hydroxyl group at position 4. बाकी के जो थे ये डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, डायरेक्ट लाइन है फ्रॉम SAR पॉइंट. पोजीशन 3 पे जो था वो फार्माकोकाइनेटिक एंड फार्माकोडायनामिक एक्टिविटी को अफेक्ट कर रहा था, वो एसिडिक नेचर के लिए नहीं था. कायरल कार्बन तो हमें रस में किए दे रहे थे एंड एरोमेटिक प्रोटॉन्स ऑन coumarin rings, तो इनका कुछ रोल नहीं था. ओके, सो आंसर विल बी proton of hydroxyl group at position 4. Because of these protons हमें sodium form मिलता है, salt form मिलता है warfarins का. Okay, so this is important for this weakly acidic nature, and this is the chiral carbon. Okay, so thanks for watching. You guys can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can also reach us on this number with your name, college name, and city your college belongs to. You guys can follow us on our YouTube channel called Dharmesh Mehta, and do watch all the videos of the drug of the days, because these are very important for your preparation. So do watch them. Thanks a lot.